Hello, a very good evening to all of you. Hello, guys. How are you? Good evening, everyone. Let's begin a new act today. And before that, let's quickly complete the pending chapters of Contract Act. I'm fine, Arfan. How are you? Hi, Jatin. Good evening. Hello. Hi, Shagun. Akshaya. Good evening. Hi, Hariom. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Sarthak. How are you guys? क्या पढ़ा आज सुबह? What did you study today morning? I hope you have allotted time for paper solving. Yes? Chalo, ready for today's session? Everyone. Hi Kinnari, how are you dear? Hi Nitin. So guys, are you ready for today's session? Yes? Oh, BCom exams are there. Acha acha. Many exams are going on. CBSE exams just got over. Few people still have. Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. All right. Chalo, no problem. CA teaches us so many things, multitasking and managing 2 or 3 examinations, yes? Oh, okay. So you have BCom exam and you have CA exams also. That's great. बहुत पढ़ाई करनी है. Yes. Okay. Hi Ramu, how are you? Great to see you. Hi Ramya, good evening. Good evening everyone. Few are yet to join. Chalo. Let's pick up from where we left yesterday. Huh? Yes, Ramu. Hi. Ah, कोई बात नहीं. एटलीस्ट वी आर डन विद लॉ. ऐसे सोचेंगे है ना. हाय पवन, वेलकम. Naman is not there today. He has not joined. Hi Vaibhav. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Oh, Steffi, so I think you will have to juggle both the exams. Hi Roshni. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, dear. Hi Navya. How are you? Good evening. Welcome. Chalo guys, let's start. Many have their BCom exams and even in few places CBSE exam is also going on. Na? Mumbai they are over. Hi Neeraj, welcome. Welcome everyone. Oh. So Jatin, you'll have to give BCom exam as well as CA exam simultaneously. That's difficult. But हो जाएगा. कोई नहीं. कर लेंगे ये भी. है ना? And this is an experience, you can share it with your juniors later on. I give both the exams, BCom as well as CA exam. This will be more of an achievement. चलो गाइस, लेट्स स्टार्ट. अरफान का मैसेज आया है. क्लास Started. Okay. Chalo guys. बिना time waste किए, let's start. Yes, others will watch the recording then. Few join late also. सबके classes है, tests are going on and all. Chalo. Let's get started. I want to finish the Contract Act today and start with Sale of Goods Act. ठीक है? Chalo. Yesterday we had discussed all this and we need to start with breach. Now we discussed the basic concepts of breach yesterday, actual breach and anticipatory breach. Today let us discuss the damages and other remedies for breach of contract. Yes, I will discuss the other remedies first and then I'll discuss damages. That is how I prefer doing it. Now, breach may be either actual breach or anticipatory breach. In case there is a breach of contract, it means party fails to fulfill the promises made, fails to fulfill the terms of contract. The aggrieved party has many remedies. One of the remedies is that it can rescind the contract. It means cancel the contract. See, in order to... Hi Yash, how are you? Good evening. Good evening, Yash. Exams are over. Okay, so we can cancel the contract, that is rescind the contract, and then claim damages. You cannot claim damages unless and until you cancel the contract. So first is that you should rescind the contract, that is cancel the contract, and only then you can claim damages. So this is the first remedy available. Now, students, please note that a theory question is generally asked on this part. Theory question. Hi Nabil, welcome. Hi Janvi, good evening. Great to see all of you guys. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we have started remedies for breach, huh? We have started remedies for breach of contract. Okay, so yes, the aggrieved party can claim damages, लेकिन हमको हमेशा लगता है that damages is the only remedy. But there are so many other remedies which can be exercised or which can be claimed by the aggrieved party. The first one is you can cancel the contract and claim damages. So in order to claim damages, you have to first cancel the contract, rescind the contract. Then is suit for specific performance. A case-based question is generally asked on specific performance, and suddenly institute has started asking many questions on specific performance. Hari Om, welcome. Now, suit for specific performance. If the aggrieved party proves that damages are not an adequate remedy, damages lekar main kya karu? I'm not going to find those goods anywhere else. So you please, judge, ask the party committing breach to actually perform the contract. So if the damages are not an adequate remedy, maybe the goods are unique, they are special goods, there is only single manufacturer, you will not be able to find the goods somewhere else. If the goods are unique, if they are one of a kind, these words are given to you in the question. Then you will say that what will I do with these damages? I'm not going to find these goods somewhere else. Yes, carrying out the contract as they may be agreed upon as per the terms of the contract. So you are saying, I don't want the damages. You please ask the party committing breach to actually perform the promise. Damages maybe cannot be estimated, or the subject matter is unique in nature, one of a kind, there is no other manufacturer. Hi Naman, I was looking out for you. I just happened to mention others. Naman has not yet joined. How are you? मेरे side में जोश is always high. Okay, that yes, we were discussing that suit for specific performance can be filed when the damages are not an adequate remedy, when the damages cannot be estimated, or when the goods are unique, one of a kind, there is no other manufacturer. The aggrieved party can file a case for specific damages, but these damages can be available only at the discretion of the court. So if the court feels that no, damages are adequate, then you will not be able to claim specific performance. Suit for quantum merit, students, I'm not discussing it here. we will watch a separate video wherein I have discussed the quantum merit concept in detail. Everything is mentioned over there. Okay, so please go through that video. You can just search in my YouTube channel. You can search for suit for quantum merit. In case you are unable to find, I'll just share the link. It is a detailed video on the concept of quantum merit. Okay, I have discussed everything over there. So I'll share a link. It's a detailed video. Yes, you can watch it later. Just save this in your list. Just like the video so it will be saved. Yes. Okay. Hi Pallavi, good evening. Yes guys, this is the link for the video on quantum merit. It is explained in detail with examples. Okay, so go and watch that video. Quantum merit means as much as is earned. So over here, the aggrieved party is saying, all right, the contract is cancelled, लेकिन मैंने जितना काम किया उतने पैसे तो मुझे दे दो. At least pay me for the work that I have done. So as much as is earned, as much as is merited. Then we can also file a suit for injunction. What is the meaning of injunction? Injunction means order of the court stopping a person or restraining a person from doing something which he promised not to do. पार्टी ने प्रॉमिस किया था कि वो ये काम नहीं करेगा, फिर वही काम करके आता है. We can stop him from doing so by getting an order of injunction passed. Now let's say that A, okay, A promised to purchase the whole of his electricity requirement from B only. He said, I will buy the entire electricity requirement from B. Then he entered into a contract with C. We can stop him from doing so by getting an order of injunction passed. L promised to sing at the theatre of M only during the contract period. He said, I will not sing at any other theatre. Then he entered into a contract with N. We can stop him from doing so by getting an order of injunction passed. So injunction means order of the court stopping a person from doing something which he promised not to do. Then yes, he can also file a case for damages. Now damages may be either ordinary damages, special damages, liquidated damages. There are many kinds of damages. Now what is the meaning of ordinary damage? Ordinary damages are those damages which can be claimed in any kind of breach. Breach हुआ है इसीलिए damage हुआ है. Breach नहीं होता तो damage भी नहीं होता. Now in case there is breach by seller, now let's say for example X promised to supply rice to Y on 15th of April. He refuses to supply rice. Now the seller has committed breach of contract. He had promised to supply rice at 100 rupees per kg, लेकिन उसने rice दिया ही नहीं. So Y went to the market to buy the rice and the price had increased to 120 rupees per kg. So if there is a breach by seller, can you tell me the damages that can be claimed by the buyer? What is the equation? What is the formula? Hi Ankita, good evening, welcome. In case there is breach by seller, what is the formula that we will apply? How will we calculate the damages? Damages will be Thank you, Nabil. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Yes, Jatin, perfect answer. It is nothing but market price minus the contract price. So here it will be 120 rupees minus 100. So the buyer can claim 20 rupees per kg as damages. Yes, market price minus. And the next answer, what if the buyer refuses to buy the goods? Then the seller can claim damages. What if the seller says that today the market price is only 90 rupees per kg? So he will calculate the contract price minus the market price, that is 100 rupees minus 90 rupees, which is 10 rupees per kg as damages. Hi Rani, welcome. So ordinary damages is generally the difference between contract price and the market price, or market price as the with the contract price. It is just a comparison of both. Liquidated damages. Yes, students, I had done a separate video on liquidated damages. It is a part of my booster videos. So go and watch that video. It has difference between liquidated damages and penalty. Many a time students get confused between liquidated damages and penalty. If you want, I'll share that video also with you. You can go and watch that video. Where is it? It's the playlist. I'll share the booster lectures with you. In these booster lectures, I have discussed all the case studies. Okay. So please go and watch those booster lectures. Here it is. Okay, by mistake I closed this screen. So here you can go and watch the booster lectures. In that I have explained the difference between liquidated damages and penalty. So you can watch that video later. Now, what are liquidated damages? Liquidated damages are pre-estimated damages. Okay, so they are pre-estimated damages which arise in ordinary breach of contract. Okay, it arises in ordinary breach of contract. Now, pre-estimated damages means party has not yet committed breach, but they have decided that in case there is a breach of contract, this is the damages that we will claim. So they may decide as rupees 20 per unit, or they may decide as rupees 5,000, 50,000. So the pre-estimated damages which are decided even before there is a breach of contract, they are known as liquidated damages. Now, what is the difference between liquidated damages and penalty? Now, liquidated damages are based on some reasonable estimated. It is based on some reasonable estimate. Whereas penalty, it is just jo man mein aaya wo laga do. There is no reasonable calculation for penalty. But liquidated damages, they are based on some reasonable calculation. Then we have special damages. Yes, now you will answer. These special damages are claimed for and only when. What should I write over here? They are claimed for. When will you claim special damages? When will you claim special damages? We will claim special damages for loss of profit. Yes, we will claim for loss of profit. But you can claim it only when. Yes, tell me. You can claim it only when. Yes, Sai, very good. You can claim it only when there are special circumstances. And these special circumstances are communicated to the other party. Yes, there is a case law in special damages. Hi Harshvardhan, welcome. Yes, Jatin, correct answer. Kinnari, correct answer. So special damages can be claimed only when there are special circumstances and these special circumstances are communicated to the other party. Yes, Pratham, not unusual, you will say special circumstances, okay? These special circumstances are communicated, that you are informing the other party that if you don't perform the contract, I'm going to suffer this loss. I will not be able to fulfill my other promise. Yes, Naman, very good. Jatin, perfect answer. Headley versus Baxendale. Perfect answer. Yes, correct. Then we have exemplary, vindictive or punitive damages. Punitive means they are disciplinary damages. Okay, they are disciplinary damages. Exemplary or vindictive damages, they cannot be claimed under all circumstances. See, the main aim of damage is not to punish the party committing breach. Damages are awarded only to give some kind of relief to the aggrieved party. But here in this case, my aim is punishment. Now, exemplary damages or vindictive damages can be claimed only under two circumstances. Can you tell me what those two circumstances are? Roshni, correct answer. Yes, others, tell me. What are the two circumstances wherein we can claim these vindictive or liquidated damages? The first one is breach of promise to marry. And what is the second? Very good, guys. Jatin, Sai, correct answer. Yes, wrongful dishonor of check by the banker. Very good, Naman. Wrongful dishonor of check by banker. Yes, wrongful dishonor of check by the banker. Correct, absolutely right. Nominal damages, chindi damages. There is no loss of, there is no damage actually, okay? Correct, guys. Correct. Yes, Navya, correct answer. Roshni, correct answer. Pratham, wrongful dishonor of check by the banker when funds are sufficient in the account of the account holder. Yes, absolutely right. Compensation for loss to the feelings and reputation of the aggrieved party. Yes, it is basically for that. मेरी गुडविल अफेक्ट हो गई, wrongful dishonor of check by the banker. I had 5 lakh rupees in my account, 500 rupees का check dishonor कर दिया banker ने. Nominal damages, very small damages. Yes, correct case law. Okay, so nominal damages. Nominal, they are very small damages. Actually, there is no such damage, very low amount. But I want to give the aggrieved party a chance to claim damages. Okay, मेरे पास right है, I want to exercise that right. So here the intention is to establish a right to sue. Such damages are awarded by the court. They are for nominal accounts, like amounts like 10 rupees, 10 paise. Actually, there is no real damage. But yes, the other party has the right to file a case. Yes, Naman, correct. The smaller the amount of check, greater is the amount of damage. Smaller the amount of check, greater the amount of damage. You can write that in the exam. It's a very good sentence. Then we have damages for deterioration caused by delay in transit. These are the damages which can be claimed against the transporter, against the carrier. So they are claimed for deterioration during transit. Now, deterioration includes not only the physical damage, but also loss of special opportunity to sell the goods. There is a case law wherein, let's say X, he's a manufacturer of caps. He had ordered velvet cloth from the railways, but the railways delayed in delivering the cloth. They gave it to him after the season. See, caps is a seasonal business. It is in demand only during the summer season. Now, railways delayed in delivering the cloth. So, X could not manufacture the caps on time. And he suffered loss of opportunity. Now, the railways had given him a receipt, and on that receipt, they had mentioned that we will be responsible for deterioration during transit. Isne wo word pakad liya. He said deterioration includes not only the physical damage, but also loss of opportunity. Now, I lost the opportunity of selling the caps. So, he recovered damages for deterioration from the railways. My question to you is, what if he had filed a case for special damages? Would he have won the case or lost the case? Would he have won the case or lost the case if he would have filed a case for special damages? So in case he would have filed a case for special damages, he would have lost. Okay, he would have lost the case if he had filed a case for special damages because he had not communicated. Yes, he had not communicated the special circumstances. Yes, he would have lost the case. He would have lost the case because special circumstances were not communicated. Yes, he would have lost the case. Correct, correct. Lastly, we have remote or indirect damages. Are they recoverable? Yes. Are these remote or indirect damages recoverable? Generally, are they recoverable? Yes, Sai, correct answer. Okay, tell me, are these remote or indirect damages recoverable? No, they are generally not recoverable. So it is better to write generally not recoverable. In law, you cannot be very specific. They are generally not recoverable. They're generally not recoverable. Now, let's say, for example, A was traveling with his wife and children on a midnight train. Okay, they were traveling on a midnight train. The railways transported them to the wrong destination. दो स्टेशन पहले ही उतार दिया. The railway said, get down, your stop has come. Actually, they were to get down after 2 stops. They had to walk in the rain for quite some time to reach their destination. So it was night time, it was drizzling, it was very cold, they were walking in the rain, there was a lot of inconvenience. So A filed a case against the railways for inconvenience. They had paid 1,000 rupees, but where they were asked to alight, the ticket charges were only 800. So they said that 200 rupees ka loss ho gaya. We want to recover that money. And then A said, my wife caught cold because she had to walk in the rain. She caught cold. You please settle this doctor's bill also. Will he be able to claim this money? Will he be able to claim the money for the doctor's bill? Exemplary damages, defamation is not included over there. Defamation, you can consider that as an illegal agreement and you can take criminal action against the person. So here expressly they have not written, but yes, the goodwill is affected in a way. So we will claim loss of goodwill. So he cannot claim the damages. No, this is not recoverable because everybody was walking in the rain. So in case a person should have caught cold because of the breach, then everybody should have caught cold, right? So if catching of cold was a result of breach of contract, then everybody should have caught a cold. No, why only the wife? So it is not as a result of breach of contract. Hence the damage is not recoverable. This is a remote damages. It is not related to breach of contract. Okay. So that was breach of contract. Now let us quickly discuss contingent and quasi contract. Students, please note that Institute has now started asking many questions on contingent contract. Okay, suddenly they have started asking a lot of theory questions on contingent contract. So you need to memorize the theory. You have no other option. They can also ask you question on quasi contract. Okay, so you need to be prepared with quasi contract also. Recently, I have noticed they are asking you 6 to 7 marks of theory question on these concepts. So yes, you should be prepared. Just put my iPad for charging. Okay. Quasi contract also, it is expected as a theory question. Now, contingent contract. Yes, contingent contract. How to identify a contingent contract? There are 3 steps. Okay, students, please remember there are 3 steps to identify a contingent contract. Yes, they ask full theory question on quasi contract, contingent contract, essential elements. So please mark this as important for exam. It's a simple question, yes, but it's a theory question, so you have to write everything. If you can write it with examples, then nothing like it, but please manage your time well. Okay? Okay. So, contingent contract, step number 1, identify a contract. Okay? Identify a contract. Step number 2, identify an event. This should be an uncertain event. And step number 3, uncertain future event. Step number 3, performance of the contract depends on uncertain event. Okay, performance depends on this uncertain event. If these 3 steps are satisfied, this is future and it is uncertain, it is independent, future, uncertain, independent event. Okay, so yes, Manas, it is better that you by heart the theory, because only then you'll be able to write in legal language. All right. So contingent contract is to do or not to do something if some event collateral means additional, separate. Okay, it should be separate, it should be independent, happens or does not happen. Now let's say, for example, X purchased an insurance policy from the insurance company. So they paid premium and they got an insurance policy. Okay, they got an insurance policy. Now, when will X get money? He will get money when fire occurs. So this is the event. Now, let us identify whether it is a contingent contract or not. Step 1, identify the contract. So over here, the contract is X paying premium to an insurance company and getting an insurance policy. Yes, there is a contract. Step 1 is satisfied. Step 2, identify the uncertain future event. So over here, the uncertain future event is fire. So I identify a contract. I identified the event. Step number 3, performance of the contract depends upon happening or non-happening of the future uncertain event. Whether X will get money or not depends on fire. So if fire occurs, X will get money. If fire does not occur, X will not get money. So whether X will get money or not is dependent upon an uncertain future event. Yes, that performance is dependent upon the uncertain future event. Okay, so performance is dependent on the event. Yes, all 3 steps are satisfied. It is a contingent contract. So yes, it is a contingent contract. Okay, students, so these are the 3 steps which will help you to identify whether a contract is contingent or not. Now, what are the essential elements of contingent contract? The first essential element is that the performance must be conditional. It is conditional upon some uncertain event. It is conditional means it depends upon happening or non-happening of the uncertain event. Yes, this is one of the requirements, that event should not be dependent on mere will of the promisor, meri marzi. Event should be uncertain. Okay, it may or may not happen. My question to you students over here is, what if I am very sure that the event is going to happen? Then is it a contingent contract? I am very sure. Like, I will pay you 5,000 rupees if 15th August is declared as a holiday. Will that be a contingent contract? Will that be a contingent contract? Tell me. No, it will not be a contingent contract. No. If the event is very certain, I am very certain that the event is going to happen, then it is not a contingent contract. Okay, if I am very certain. No, very good, Navya. Sarthak, Bhavni, Jatin, Steffi, Ankita. Perfect, guys. Superb. Pratham, correct answer. Sai, correct answer. Very good, guys. It's not a contingent contract. Uncertain event must be collateral. It means it must be separate. It must be independent. It must not form part of contract. Okay, like in this case, the contract is paying premium, getting the insurance policy. Occurrence of fire, that is an uncertain event which is separate. It is independent from the contract. If the event forms part of the contract, then it is not a contingent contract. It is just a simple contract. Okay, in that case, it is just a simple contract. Contingent contract should not be the mere will of the promisor. I will pay if I feel like. That's not even a contract. Okay, so example here you can write, I will pay if I feel like. That's not even a contract. So it is not a contingent contract. It's not even a contract. Next, what are the rules regarding enforcement? Sometimes the contingent contract depends upon happening of the future uncertain event. All right. So in this case, the contract can be enforced only when the event happens. Now you tell me, guys, if the event happens, then the contract is, what should I write? If the event happens, then the contract is enforceable or not enforceable? In case the event happens, then is it enforceable or not enforceable? It is enforceable. And in case the event does not happen, yes, it is enforceable, it is valid, it is enforceable. But what if the event does not happen? Jatin, let's say enforceable instead of valid. Yes, Sarthak. Ankita, correct answer. But what if the event does not happen or becomes impossible? Then it is unenforceable. Then it is unenforceable. Correct. Absolutely right. Very good, guys. Correct answer. Hariom, Janvi, Navya, correct answer. Sai, yes. Sometimes the contingent contract depends upon the non-happening of the event. Event should not happen. I will pay you 5 lakh rupees if the ship does not return. Now tell me, if the event happens, then the contract is enforceable or unenforceable? Event is happening. Yes, then the contract is unenforceable. If the ship returns, then I will not pay. But the event does not happen, then the contract is enforceable. Like X promises to pay 5 lakh or 5 crore rupees to Y if a ship, okay, if the ship does not return. Now the ship does not return. So in that case, it is enforceable. Otherwise, it is not enforceable. Correct, guys? Sometimes the contingent contract depends upon how people will act in the future. It depends upon the future conduct of living persons. If the person acts accordingly, then the contract is enforceable. And if the person does not act in that manner, then the contract is unenforceable. Okay? Then the contract is unenforceable. Contract depends upon happening or non-happening within a fixed time, then the contract must happen or it must not happen within a fixed time. See, students, this is very similar to the previous points. In the earlier examples, in the earlier provisions, time was not specified. Now the time is specified. It means the event should either happen or not happen within the specified time. Contingent contract depends upon impossible event. A promises to pay 500 rupees to B if 2 parallel straight lines meet. That's impossible. It's impossible. 2 parallel straight lines will never meet. So since this is initially impossible, it will never happen. The contract is void ab initio. It's not a contingent contract. It's void ab initio. It is void ab initio. So contingent contracts that way are valid, but over here, since it is an impossible event, agreement is not valid. Okay. Next, let us discuss quasi contracts. These are not real contracts. These are not real contracts. It is just like a contract. Now, we don't want one person to enjoy at the expense of other. Okay. So just to prevent unjust enrichment of one person at the expense of other, we have introduced the concept of quasi-contract. Now let's say that A by mistake left goods at the house of B. Okay, he by mistake left goods at the house of B. Now B should have returned the goods, but instead of returning, he used the goods. In this case, if he has used the goods, he will have to pay for it. Now there is no offer, there is no acceptance, but even then this is a contract which is implied by law, and it is also known as a quasi-contract. It resembles a contract. Yes, very good, Naman. Yes, Ayushi, correct. It resembles a contract. It is implied by law. Yes, it is an implied contract. It is implied by law. It's an implied contract, implied by law. Implied by law is also known as quasi-contract. Now, there are different types of quasi-contracts. The first one is supply of necessaries. See, in these type of contracts, one or the other essential element is missing. Okay. One or the other essential element is missing, but even then, it is a valid contract. Yes, Jatin, correct. They are also known as implied contracts. Now, we cannot enter into contract with incompetent person like minor, person of unsound mind. But yes, if we supply necessaries, we can recover from the, tell me. In case we are entering into contract for supply of necessaries, we can recover from the property of minor. Yes, his property is liable and this is nothing but implied. It is implied by law. Yes. So in this case, we can recover from the property of the minor, property. Then we have section 69, money paid for another person. Now, this example is very important. In case a question is asked, it will be asked on this example only. Yes, Navya, Sarthak, correct answer. Jatin, correct answer. Correct. Yes, absolutely right, guys. Now, what are the conditions to be satisfied? But before that, let's discuss an example. A is a zamindar. He has given a land on lease to B. But he has not paid taxes on that land to the government. The revenue is in arrears. Now, the government wants to recover the tax. So, they have decided to advertise that they have decided to sell the land. So they advertise the land for sale. And in case the land is sold, then B's lease will come to an end. Now B, in order to save his lease, he pays the taxes to the government. Okay, he pays the taxes to the government on behalf of A. Bhai, A to enjoy kar raha hai. A is enjoying. His lease was saved and his taxes were paid. Can we allow A to enjoy at the expense of B? No. A quasi-contract is created between A and B that all right, B has paid on behalf of A, but later on B can recover the money from A. This is nothing but a quasi-contract. Yes, this is a quasi-contract. Now B has made the payment to protect his interest, to protect his lease. He has made the payment which is liability of the other person. This is a quasi-contract. Okay, it's a quasi-contract. Claim for benefits received under non-gratuitous act. Again, same example can be repeated over here. A by mistake left goods at the house of B. If B has used the goods, then he will have to pay for the goods. See, you can't ask money for gratuitous act. In gratuitous act, I don't expect anything in return. But in non-gratuitous act, I expect something in return. And it is nothing but a quasi-contract. Then we have responsibility of finder. Who will tell me? Finder acts as a dash. Yes, who will tell me? Finder acts as a dash. It's a question for you. Finder acts as a dash. What will you write? Finder acts as a... Yes, finder acts as a Bailey. Correct. Very good, guys. Yes, Jatin, you were the first one to answer. Pratham, yes, absolutely right, Pratham. Ankita, correct answer. Yes, Navya, Sarthak. क्या बात है, सही, correct answer. You guys are so well prepared for the exam. I'm so proud of you guys. आप ऐसे ही डर रहे हो. You are well prepared for the exam. You are answering the questions wonderfully. Superb, superb. So he acts like a Bailey. What is his first right? Tell me what is his right. He has the right. What should I write? Yes, what is his first right? Right of lien. He can retain the goods till he is paid for the expenses that he has voluntarily incurred to protect the goods. So he has the right of lien, means to retain. Yes, he has the right of lien on the goods which are in his possession till he is paid for the goods. Till he is paid for the expenses that he has incurred. He has the right of lien. Yes, correct. He has the right of lien. Then what is the second right? What is the second right? What is the second right available? Right to... What is the second right available? Right to sue for reward. So if a reward was declared and he is aware of the reward before finding the goods. Lalman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt. So if, yes, Kinnari, very good, you were the first one to answer. He has a right to sue for reward if he is aware of the reward before finding the goods. Then he can claim the reward. What is the third right available? Quickly tell me. What is the third right available? Absolutely right. Sai, Jatin, Pratham, Navya. Very good. Correct answer. Right of stoppage? No, no. The third right is right to sell. So if he is not getting back the goods, if he is not getting payment, he has a right to sell the goods and recover the expenses that he has voluntarily incurred. Goods are perishable. Owner is not found. Okay, so goods are perishable. Owner is not found. What was the point relating to expenses? I forgot. Can you tell me? What were the provisions relating to expenses, guys? Goods are perishable, Navya. Very good. What was the provision relating to expenses? If the expenses amount to 2/3 of the value of goods, so then he can sell the goods and recover the money. Yes? Okay. Payment of money or delivery of goods by mistake or under coercion. Coercion here means oppression. A and B, they jointly owe 1,000 rupees to C. A paid 1,000 rupees and B also paid 1,000 rupees. Why C is enjoying, he is getting double payment for it. Navya, Pratham, very good. Navya, very good. Correct answers. So in this case, if C is getting double payment, it's a quasi contract. He will have to return the excess payment that he has received from B. Yes, the double payment that he has received from B, he'll have to return that. All right. Okay, okay. Very good, guys. Correct answer. Naman has even mentioned name of the case law. Okay. So, now under coercion, now X and let's say the authorities. Authorities have told X that we will give you your goods only when you pay 5,000 rupees bribe. Now they are forcing X to pay the money. Okay, they are forcing X to pay the money. Otherwise, he'll not get his goods. X paid the money, but then that is not the right way, right? It's bribe. He can prove that there were many who paid money like me. He can prove, and under Quasi contract, he can get back his money if he was forced, if he was coerced, if he was put in a situation wherein he had no other option but to pay the money. He wanted the goods, उसके पास कोई और रास्ता ही नहीं था. So in this case, a quasi contract is created. You can recover whatever money you have paid. Yes. So guys, with this, we finally complete all the units of Contract Act and we have discussed everything in detail. So guys, 3 cheers for us. 3 cheers for us. We have finished Contract Act in detail and you have covered around 15 to 20 marks of your exam in this only, in Contract Act. And we have also completed Companies Act. Alright. So 3 cheers for all of us. Quickly like this video if you have not liked it. Quickly. Yes, we have completed Contract Act. So quickly give a thumbs up for us, like this video. Finally, we have completed Contract Act and we have discussed everything properly, everything in detail. Yes, so high five to all of you. A big high five. High five to all you guys. Quickly like this video if you have not liked till now. Okay, guys. So are you ready to begin the Sale of Goods Act? Yes, are you ready to begin the Sale of Goods Act? Okay, yes, everyone. क्या बात है? Oh, yes, Naman, Durga Prasad versus Baldev. Yes. Let me quickly explain that to you. Now, Durga Prasad was asked by a collector to build a marketplace, okay? So to build a marketplace. So collector ne bola that you ask all the shopkeepers to contribute money and you can construct the marketplace. But Durga Prasad constructed the marketplace at his own expense just to please the collector. Many vendors occupied place in that market. One of them was Baldev. So they all promised to pay commission on the goods sold by them. ठीक है? Promise तो कर दिया, but later they failed. Can Durga Prasad file case against Baldev? Answer is no. Baldev ने थोड़ी ना बोला था कि हमारे लिए मार्केट प्लेस कंस्ट्रक्ट करो. He had not requested. So consideration did not move at the request of the promisor. You will say that, ma'am, he promised na to pay commission on the goods sold. Yeah, but he's paying, but he's not getting anything in return. No, and he had not asked for the marketplace to be constructed. So since the consideration has not moved at his request, Durga Prasad cannot claim the commission. So this is Durga Prasad versus Baldev. Okay, Naman, I hope you understood the case law. Yes? Harshvardhan, he has not completed the study. Yes, you have not revised, you have not studied Sale of Goods Act. So what will you do? I think first you should study the Sale of Goods Act and then watch this revision lecture. What do you think? Chalo guys, let us begin a new act, Sale of Goods Act. Weightage around 8 to 10 marks. Yes, important for exam, just like partnership. So partnership and Harshvardhan, that case law is not important for exam. I don't think you should go into that detail. Okay. Next, let us discuss formation of contract of sale. Let's discuss Sale of Goods Act. All right? No, Naman, I don't teach maths. Harsh, let us begin the Sale of Goods Act. I don't think that case law which you have mentioned is important for exam. So we'll discuss it some other time, not now. Okay? Chalo. Let us discuss the Sale of Goods Act. I intend to cover maximum of this act. Yes, Sai, I'm very sure you will pass it with flying colors, and we will meet in CA Inter also. Yes, we will meet in CA Inter. Okay, now, formation of contract of sale. In Sale of Goods Act, students, you need to remember 2 points. Okay, we need to remember 2 points. The first thing is that we are concerned only and only with ownership. We will not consider delivery of goods, payment of price, all that can be done later also. What we are going to concentrate is on who is the owner, because owner bears the loss, owner bears the risk. Okay, so please remember this, students. In case of Sale of Goods Act, we are only and only concerned with ownership. We are not going to consider delivery, we are not going to consider payment of price, all that can be done later also. Now, Sale of Goods Act came into force on 1st July 1930. It extends to the whole of India. It extends to Jammu and Kashmir also, like every other act. This act was previously a part of the Indian Contract Act. It was under Chapter 7 of the Contract Act. Okay, so it was covered under Chapter 7 of the Contract Act. But later on, the entire chapter was repealed, and you have a separate Sale of Goods Act 1930. Whether Sale of Goods Act is silent, yes, we can even today apply the Contract Act. Okay. Now, in contract of sale, the essential elements can be found in the contract of sale. It's in the definition itself. So the essential elements are mentioned, they are present in the definition. Contract of sale is a contract. It means it should have all the essential elements of a valid contract. Yes. So free consent, lawful object, 2 parties, all that should be mentioned in the contract of sale, whereby the seller and the buyer. Okay. So it means there are 2 parties, seller as well as the buyer. You cannot sell goods to yourself. You cannot buy your own goods. So we need 2 parties, seller and buyer. Now, contract of sale can be either sale or agreement to sell. In case of sale, ownership is transferred immediately. But in case of agreement to sell, ownership will be transferred at a future date or on fulfillment of certain conditions. Okay. Now, if I say that, do you want to buy this pen? You say yes. You become the owner. I give you the invoice. You become the owner. You become the owner immediately. But if you tell me, ma'am, I want 1 lakh pieces. I said, I don't have 1 lakh pieces now. I'll either manufacture for you or I will buy it for you. It means you will become the owner at a future date. It is agreement to sell. You want to buy my scooter, but you have a condition that you will buy only after I service the scooter, I get the tires changed, etc. You have not become the owner immediately. You will become the owner when the conditions are satisfied. This is nothing but an agreement to sell. So sale comprises of, so a contract of sale comprises of sale as well as agreement to sell. So it is a contract whereby the seller transfers immediately. If he is transferring immediately, it is sale, or he agrees to transfer. If he is agreeing to transfer, then this is nothing but an agreement to sell. What is he trying to transfer? He is trying to transfer property. Who will tell me what is the meaning of the word property? What are you transferring? You are transferring the property. What is the meaning of the word property? Yes, can you tell me what is the meaning of the word property? Property means ownership. Okay. So we are transferring ownership. In case of sale, yes, Jatin, very good. You were the first one to answer. Ayushi, Sai, correct answer. So there is transfer of property, there is transfer of ownership. In case of sale, it is immediate, you already told me. And in case of agreement to sell, it is at a future date or on fulfillment of certain conditions. Yes, Jatin, very good. Property, what we are discussing over here, means the general property and not merely special property. Special property means possession. We are not talking about possession. We are talking about ownership. Possession is discussed under pledge, not here. What are we trying to transfer? We are trying to transfer ownership in what? In goods. Now, goods means every kind of, what should I say, movable or immovable property? Goods means what? Movable or immovable property? Yes, tell me fast. What are we trying to transfer? Yes, movable property. In this case, it means movable property. Immovable property is not discussed in Sale of Goods Act. It is discussed in the Transfer of Property Act, 1882. So Sale of Goods Act covers only movable property. Yes, it covers movable property. It includes every kind of movable property. So we have goods, we have shares, we have debentures, we have old and rare coins, but it does not include immovable property. It does not include actionable claims. These are claims against which we can take action in the court of law. It does not include money. You cannot buy money, you cannot sell money. Very good, Naman. Other than actionable claims and money. Very good. Very good, Jatin. Arfan, very good answer. So it does not include money. You cannot buy money, you cannot sell money, you can only exchange money, you can only transfer money. So money cannot be bought and sold. That is why it is not covered under the Sale of Goods Act. We are giving these goods for a price. What is the meaning of price? Price means money consideration, monetary consideration. Money is required to make a valid contract of sale. If there is no consideration, there is no money. It is gift. It is not sale. What if we are giving goods for goods? Goods for goods is barter. It's not sale. This is not sale. But partly goods, partly money. Yes, this is sale. This is sale. It includes money consideration. Yes. Coins are goods. Coins, old and rare coins. Okay, old, rare coins. They are goods. Yes, correct. Partly goods, partly money, chalega. वो चलेगा. There are no formalities to be observed. It can be oral, it can be writing, it can be partly oral, it can be partly written. Payment may be immediate, payment may be at a future date, payment may be in installment. Delivery also can be immediate, future date, installment. You can use any combination that you want. There is no fixed formality. So we have already discussed, students, in case of sale, ownership is transferred immediately. Payment of price, delivery, that is not considered. What we are considered is, what we are concerned with is ownership. Let's see what Ankita has written. Yes, Ankita, it includes stock, shares, things which are attached. That is a definition of goods. It is a definition of goods. In agreement to sell, ownership is transferred at a future date or on fulfillment of certain conditions. We have already discussed the examples. I'm not covering it again. Yes, Ramu, correct answer. It is either immediately or it is at a, yes, agreement to sell it at a future date. Now, what are the different types of goods? What are the different types of goods? Yes, Jatin, correct. It is discussed in section 4, the definition. We have existing goods, future goods, and contingent goods. What is the meaning of existing goods? What are existing goods? What are existing goods, students? What are existing goods? Yes. Existing goods are those goods which are in existence at the time of contract of sale. They are acquired. They are in possession of the seller. They are in existence. They are already manufactured. They are already produced. They are already in physical existence at the time of making the contract of sale. Yes. They are available with the seller. They are in possession. They are available with the seller at the time of contract of sale. Like, say, for example, I went to buy an iPhone. It was already with the seller. It was already manufactured. It was produced. It is in existence. Now, these goods may be either ascertain goods or unascertain goods. Okay, existing goods may be. You can also have specific goods. I think I forgot to write that. We can have specific goods. Correct answer. Hariom, Pratham, Ayushi, Ankita, Kinnari. Correct answer. Yes, very good, guys. So what are specific goods? Specific goods. Specific goods are those goods which are, yes, who will explain what are specific goods? Yes, it is specific goods. What are specific goods? Specific goods are those goods which are already identified at the time of contract of sale. Okay, at the time of contract of sale. Goods which are identified, which are agreed upon at the time of contract of sale. I want this perfume only. I want this perfume only. I have identified. उसी का contract बन रहा है. So they are identified, they are agreed upon at the time of contract of sale. I am making a contract for those goods only. They are specific goods. Then what are unascertain goods? What are unascertain goods? What are unascertain goods? Yes, Pratham, Jasmine, correct answer, which are already specified. I want to enter into contract for that perfume only, for that bag only. Goods which are identified, they are agreed upon at the time of contract of sale. They are specific goods. What are unascertain goods? Unascertain, they are not identified. They are not agreed upon at the time of contract of sale. They are identified by description or sample only. Like, I want 5 bags out of 100 bags. So if the keyword is out of, okay, they are not ascertained. They are not identified. They are not agreed upon at the time of contract of sale. I want to buy 5 bags out of 100 bags. So these 100 bags, they are unascertain goods. But then I identify, I want this bag, this bag, this bag. When the identification is, okay, they are identified after the formation of contract. They are identified after the formation of contract. Then they are known as a certain goods. So I say I want this bag, this bag, this bag. When I identify, I set it aside, then the goods become a certain goods. So they are identified after the formation, plus they are also set aside for the contract. This is known as appropriation. Okay, appropriation. Jasmine, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and you will get a notification. Please ensure that your notification is on in the mobile. Okay, notification for YouTube should be on, and you should subscribe to this channel so you will get a notification. The key word over here is they are identified after the formation of the contract. You should not only identify, but you should also set it aside. Setting it aside, it means we are transferring ownership. Okay. What are future goods? What are future goods? Are they in existence at the time of contract of sale? No. Yes, Naman is right. Click on the bell icon so that you will get notifications. Yes. I forgot to say that. Guys, please share the channel and these lectures with your friends also. Yes. So let us connect with maximum students, and also visit my website for the compiler. I keep telling you that in every lecture because I trust the compiler, and I'm telling you, students who have my compiler will tell you that it is the best book that you can study from. I generally don't advertise. My team also keeps telling me, ma'am, in your lectures, you never advertise yourself. You are only busy teaching. I said, that is what I do. That is what I do. I forget, to inform them about the different products. See, this is not selling, okay? I'm not selling. But it is only that if I feel that there is something which you will gain out of, you will benefit out of those goods, like this book. It's the best book. And you will gain a lot from this book. So they are like, at least tell them, no, that such a book exists. You never mention, you are only busy teaching. I said, that's what I love doing. And I forget to, inform them about the books that we have for them, the lectures that we have for them. So that's... Yeah, so Naman is also telling, you should introduce yourself, you should advertise yourself. I forget to do that. It's like teaching is all I do. I just want to simplify law. Books क्या है, lectures क्या है, वो तो students ले ही लेंगे ना. They know if the teaching is good, they will buy my lectures, they will buy my books. But they are telling, at least inform them that books exist, that there are lectures also. So yes, students, listen to me now. Yeah, thank you so much, Jatin. So guys, we provide pen drive lectures, books, test series for CA Foundation and CA Inter. So in case you are planning to go for pen drive lectures for CA Inter, then lectures are available on my website, theorymasterslearning.com. Okay? Yeah. So याद दिलाया है, तो I am informing you that we do provide, but I just love what I'm doing. So that is what I do. But see, students, things apart, ki there is I never say that you spend on books, but it's an investment. If you clear with those books in the first attempt, then the money spent is nothing. It's not spending, it's not expense, it is investment. So you never spend on books, you invest in books. Okay, so don't consider that I'm advertising. I know these books are going to help you. That is why I insist that go for it. Even test series, it is something wherein you will feel ki either meri mistake ho rahi, and you should not make those mistakes in exam. So test series is like practice ground for you. It's like practicing. Yes, you go for the compiler, usi mein se aayega 100% paper will be from that book only. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. So tomorrow also we'll meet at 7. So during the day you can study other subjects and at 7 you will revise law. Yes? Okay. So future goods are those goods. Yes, I had got answers. They are manufactured, they are produced after the contract is made. So they are manufactured, they are to be manufactured, to be produced. Okay, in the future, in future. Guys, I am also sharing a link of my website. Please visit my website for books, lectures and test series. We provide lectures, we provide pen drive lectures also for CA Inter. So I'm hoping that I get to see all of you in Inter, yes? Okay, okay. Contingent contract. Now, contingent contracts क्या होते हैं? Contingent contracts are those contracts we don't know whether it will happen or not. It depends upon future uncertain event. Yes, it depends upon happening or non-happening of future uncertain event. Buyer doesn't know whether he, even the seller doesn't know whether he will acquire the contract or not. So in case of contingent contracts, they are those goods the acquisition of which depends upon happening or non-happening of future uncertain event. Okay, it depends upon happening or non-happening of future uncertain event. If yes, Jatin, absolutely right. You identified that correctly. If provided these words are given, then it is a hint that they are talking about contingent goods. Contingent, it depends upon happening or non-happening of certain future uncertain event. Correct. So I don't know whether I will get the goods or not. It depends upon future uncertain event. Okay. All right. Next, let us discuss destruction of subject matter. Okay, destruction of subject matter. In case of goods, sometimes the goods perish even before making the contract of sale. Yes, sometimes the goods perish even before making the contract of sale. Now, X had promised to sell a car to Y, but unknown to both the parties, the car was destroyed in an accident or it was destroyed in floods. Parties are not aware only about it. Sometimes the goods perish even before making the contract of sale. Then the contract is, you will tell me. In case the goods perish even before making the contract of sale, yes, the contract is void, but what are the conditions to be satisfied? What are the conditions to be satisfied? What are the conditions to be satisfied? The goods must be specific goods. Yes, the goods are specific goods. The goods are destroyed. Yes, the goods are specific goods. The goods are destroyed without the fault of buyer or seller. Without the fault of seller. Okay. The goods are specific goods. The goods are destroyed without the fault of the seller. They are so damaged that they no longer answer their description in the contract of sale. Okay, they are damaged and they don't answer their description in the contract of sale. मतलब पहचान ही नहीं पाते कि ये मेरे गुड्स थे जिनका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैंने किया था. Contract is void. But what if it is just an agreement to sell? It's just an agreement to sell. Seller is not aware of the destruction. Is not aware. It is destroyed without his fault. He is not aware of the destruction. Okay, he is not aware the goods are specific, and they are so damaged that they no longer answer the description in the contract of sale. Achha, what if it is just an agreement to sell? Now X agreed to sell 500 bags, sorry, 100 bags out of 500 bags, वो लेते हैं 100 bags out of 500 bags. Okay, the goods are uncertain goods. He is agreeing to sell 100 bags out of 500 bags. The goods perish before making sale. The goods perish after an agreement is made, but before it materializes into sale. But before contract of sale. So during that period, when you are entering into an agreement to sell, okay, you have entered into an agreement, लेकिन वो sale बनने के duration में ही goods are destroyed. If the goods are specific goods, okay, if the goods are specific goods, ये मैंने uncertain का example इधर लिख दिया, नीचे जगह है, I'll write it over there. If the goods are specific goods, okay, now I have entered into an agreement, but before it materializes into sale, the goods are destroyed. In case of uncertain goods, it is valid. Contract remains valid. You are bound to provide the goods. Like X agreed to sell 100 bags out of 500 bags. Even if the entire quantity is destroyed, the contract will still be valid, because even if you don't have the goods, you can get it from somewhere. Goods are anyways uncertain. But in case of specific goods, the agreement is void. The agreement is void. In case of future goods also, the agreement is void if the goods are sufficiently identified. Okay. If the goods are sufficiently identified, then the agreement is void. But in case of uncertain, आपने तो identify नहीं किया कि कौन से goods देने हैं. So even if the entire quantity is destroyed, the contract will remain valid. So this part is important for exam. Okay, this part is important. Next, let us discuss the price of goods. See, price is fixed by the parties to the contract. It is their contract, they will fix the price, no? Sometimes the manner is provided in the contract, like we will go to a valuer or we will apply some formula. Okay, example is we will go to a valuer or we will apply some formula and we will determine the price. See, price is the most important element of a valid contract of sale. No price, no contract. It may be determined during the course of dealings between the parties. It is determined during the contract, or it may sometimes be fixed by a third party. Now X and Y, they agree that Z will determine the price. Z is a third party. He will determine the price of the goods. So sometimes the price is determined by the third party. If he cannot or if he does not make the valuation, if he does not fix the price, then the buyer will have to pay a reasonable price for the goods that are delivered to him. And for the balance, the contract becomes void. Okay, for the balance, the contract becomes void. For the balance, the contract becomes void. Okay. So that was with Unit 1. Unit 1 of Sale of Goods Act. We have completed Unit 1. The basics of Sale of Goods Act is completed. Next, let us discuss conditions and warranties. Next, let us discuss conditions and warranties. So guys, we have completed the first unit. Let us proceed with conditions and warranties. What is the meaning of a condition? Yes, can you tell me what is the meaning of condition? What is the meaning of condition? What are the key words in condition? What if a question is asked? What will you write? No, Naman, I don't teach maths. I teach only law. Okay. So what is the meaning of condition? Condition is a stipulation which is essential to the, what will you write? What are the keywords? Yes, it is the main stipulation. It is essential to the main purpose of the contract. It is a stipulation which is essential to the main purpose of the contract. What if it is breached? What will happen in case of breach? What if it is breached? What can the aggrieved party do? In case of breach, the aggrieved party can terminate the contract. Aggrieved party can terminate the contract. Yes, and he can also claim damages. He can claim a full refund of price if paid. He can also claim price if paid. He can also claim price if paid. Okay. Chalo. What about warranty? He has right to claim damages. He can terminate the contract. He can rescind the contract. Correct. What is warranty then? What is warranty? What is the meaning of warranty? What is the meaning of warranty, guys? Warranty is a stipulation which is only collateral. Yes, warranty is a stipulation which is only collateral to the main purpose of the contract. What happens in case of breach? Okay, yes, you have answered. Rescind the contract, he can claim damages. Warranty is only collateral to the yes, warranty is a stipulation which is collateral to the main purpose of the contract. It gives the aggrieved party only the right to claim damages. He cannot terminate the contract. He can only claim damages. He can only claim damages. He cannot terminate the contract. He cannot terminate the contract. He can only claim damages. Yes, correct. Now, there are certain implied conditions. Implied means law assumes that these conditions are present in the contract of sale. ये अलग से क्या agree करना है? We assume that these are present in the contract of sale. अलग से क्या agree करना है इन पे? Now, students, I'm going to make a separate video on the circumstances where condition is treated as a warranty. So I'm not discussing it now. I will discuss it later in that video. I already have it. I've already explained it in one of my videos earlier. But I will try to make a separate video when condition is treated as warranty. Okay. Now, condition as to title. हम क्या assume करते हैं? We assume that seller is the owner. Yes. We assume that seller is the owner. Seller has the right to sell. If later we find that the seller doesn't have the right to sell, there is breach of condition, remedy is going to remain the same. You can terminate, buyer can terminate the contract and he can claim damages. Remedy is going to remain the same. Now, in case of condition of sale by description, what is my assumption over here? What is my assumption in case of sale by description? Yes, it is section 14A, Jatin. It is section 14A. What is my assumption in case of sale by description? What is my assumption? What is my assumption in case of sale by description? That goods will be that the goods will correspond to description. They must correspond with description. If not, remedy is the same. You can terminate the contract, you can claim damages, you can also claim full refund of price if paid. In case of sample, what is my assumption in case of sample? Yes, the goods shall correspond with sample. It is very important, students, that buyer is given an opportunity of inspection. Yes, buyer must be given an opportunity to inspect the goods. The goods must correspond with the sample as per quality. Yes, goods are as per the sample and they are of the quality that is shown in the sample. So goods should correspond with the sample. The bulk must correspond. Yes, the bulk must correspond with the sample. Buyer is given a reasonable opportunity of comparing the bulk with the sample. And there is no hidden defect. There is no latent defect. Okay? There is no hidden. It should be free from latent defect. Latent means hidden defect. You will come to know about it only when you use the goods. Like cloth, it shrinks. That is a latent defect. Hi Krishna, how are you? In case of goods which are as per sample and description, my assumption is that the goods must correspond with sample as well as description. Okay, they must correspond with sample as well as description. The goods must correspond with sample as well as description. Is there a condition on quality or fitness of the goods? I have very recently done a video on this topic. Very recently, I did a video on quality as to condition or fitness. Here, the assumption is that there is no condition as to quality or fitness of the goods. Buyer must check the goods before buying. Buyer beware. Yes. Buyer must check. There is no implied condition. There is no implied warranty. There is no implied condition. Buyer must check the goods before buying. Buyer beware. But there are exceptions. What are the exceptions, guys? What are the exceptions? What are the exceptions? When the buyer has made his purpose known to the seller. When he has made his purpose known to the seller, he relies upon the skill and judgment of the seller. Seller has been dealing in those goods. So we feel that seller is giving us the best goods. In case of trademark or patent name, you are relying upon the trademark or the patent name. Then you cannot blame the seller. Okay, you are relying upon the patent name. You have made the purpose clear. You are relying upon the patent name. Achha, yes, Krishna, you had told me, na? I have already done a video, but I don't remember where I had discussed that. But I have done it. Okay, I have done a video. Priest versus last. Yes, correct. Jatin, correct. He relies on the seller's skill and judgment. Correct. Next, we have condition as to merchantability. What is the meaning of merchantability? What is the meaning of merchantability, guys? What is the meaning of merchantability? What is the meaning of merchantability? Merchantability means fit to be sold. Okay? Merchantability means fit to be sold. Goods should be such that they are fit to be sold in the market. Here we assume that the goods are of good quality. They can be sold in the market. Yes? Merchantability, so we assume that the goods are they are tradable. Yes, assumption is that they are tradable. We assume that they are tradable. They are fit for use. They are fit to be sold. So if they are of good quality, yes, goods are fit to be sold. What is the meaning of wholesomeness? Yes, guys, what is the meaning of wholesomeness? What is the meaning of wholesomeness? When we buy the goods, when we buy provisions, when we buy foodstuffs, we assume that they are fit for human consumption. Yes, when we buy packing, branding, yes, they are suitable, they are tradable. They are of good quality. They are fit to be sold. Asha, when we buy consumables, we assume that the goods are fit to be consumed, eatables, provisions, food stuff. If they are not, we can reject the goods, we can claim damages. Sometimes the condition may be imposed by trade custom. So X bought goods which were to be delivered by C. Now there was a requirement that the seller must declare whether the goods are C damaged or not. Seller kept silent. तो buyer को क्या लगेगा? Seller kept silent. तो buyer को क्या लगेगा यहाँ पर? Jatin, correct case law. So goods were coming via C. Seller had to make an announcement whether the goods are C damaged or not. He kept silent. तो हम क्या assume करेंगे? That the goods are perfect. There is no C damage. If later on we find that the goods there is C damage, we can reject the goods. So this is a condition which is imposed by trade custom. Okay, it is imposed by trade custom. Next, we have implied warranties. Warranty as to quiet possession. Here the assumption is that we get to enjoy quiet possession of the goods. Once we have purchased the goods, we will get to enjoy quiet possession of the goods. There is actually no difference between condition as to title and condition as to quiet possession. Technically, there is no difference. Warranty as to free from encumbrance. What is the meaning of encumbrance? Encumbrance means it should be free of charge or security. Now, X has given his car as security to the bank. He can't sell this car to the third person claiming that it is free. He can't do that. Yes, Jatin, correct. It means that the buyer shall have and he will be able to give, he will be able to enjoy quiet possession. So X cannot sell the car as if it is free. Okay, he cannot sell the car as free. If he does, then there is breach of warranty. Aggrieved party can claim damages. If the goods are inherently dangerous, मतलब उनका nature ही ऐसा है कि वो dangerous है. Crackers, then disinfectant. अगर nature ही ऐसा है that they are dangerous, then it is a duty of the seller to inform the buyer of the probable danger. So meaning मतलब they are inherently dangerous. So it is the duty of the seller to inform the buyer of the inherent danger. अगर नहीं करता है तो फिर there is breach of warranty. Sometimes the quality or fitness may be annexed by trade. Yes, it may be annexed by trade. The word probable is the key word over here, students. He should inform him of the probable danger. That probable word should be mentioned in your answer. So he should inform him about the probable danger, like chemicals, yes, disinfectants, crackers. Caveat emptor, it means let the buyer beware. या फिर let the buyer be aware. So let the buyer beware. So these are certain exceptions. Normally तो हम बोलते हैं that buyer beware. Hi Neeraj, welcome. Just finish your maths class. Okay. No problem, you can watch the recording. Okay. So in case of buyer beware, it means that the buyer must check the goods before buying. Buyer beware. But there are certain circumstances wherein we cannot blame the buyer. Yeah, seller can't be liable for wrong selection by the buyer. Buyer should check the goods before buying. But hamesha you cannot blame the buyer, no? Under certain circumstances, seller may be liable. So these are the exceptional cases wherein seller may be liable. There is no new point over here. It is just a repeat. Please highlight this as very important for exam. Okay, it is very important for exam. Can be asked as a theory question. All right, it can be asked as a theory question. So these are the circumstances wherein you cannot blame the buyer. Seller is liable. In these circumstances, seller is liable. So that was unit 2. Let us discuss delivery now. Delivery, and then we will stop. I'm feeling slightly tired today. I had a very hectic day. I am in continuous lectures since 1 o'clock. Break ही नहीं मिला actually. So I'm feeling a little tired now. So we'll discuss delivery and then we'll stop. चाहिए तो मंडे फिर मिलेंगे यार. I don't want to rush. आप अच्छे से पढ़ो. That is what I want. ठीक है? तो अगर नहीं भी हुआ कल तो we'll meet again on Monday. Let us discuss delivery and then I will stop for the day. Chalo, delivery. What is the meaning of delivery of goods? What is the meaning of delivery? Yeah, let's wind up early today. ठीक है? What is the meaning of delivery? Delivery means voluntary transfer of possession. So these are the keywords. Okay, these are the keywords. It is a voluntary transfer of possession. Yes, it is voluntary. The word voluntary is important. The word possession is important. Now for the first time we are not considering ownership. हम possession की बात कर रहे हैं. Yes, Jatin, correct. It is section 2, clause 2. Delivery may be of 3 types: actual, constructive, and symbolic. What are the key words in actual delivery? What is the key word in actual delivery? See, delivery should be given immediately, but sometimes it may be given at a later date. Sometimes it may be given upon fulfillment of certain conditions. So actually delivery means they are physically delivered. Okay, they are physically delivered. So the word physical is the key word over here. Physical. Physical is the key word. What is the key word in constructive? What is the key word in constructive? Constructive delivery. What is the key word in constructive? The key word is acknowledgement. It means it has the effect of. Let's say that X sold goods to Y, but they are lying in the godown of Z. It is in the warehouse of Z. Z gives acknowledgement to Y that I am holding the goods for you. That he is holding the goods. This acknowledgement is nothing but constructive delivery. It has the effect. There is acknowledgement. It is constructive delivery. Symbolic, it means there is some symbol of real possession. Okay, there is some symbol of real possession. So now instead of giving acknowledgement, he gives the keys. He gives the keys. It means it is symbolic. Okay, it is symbolic. Delivery of goods has certain rules. Now what is the effect of part delivery? देखो डिलीवरी पार्ट है या होल है वो सब इंटेंशन पे डिपेंड करता है. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द इंटेंशन. Now, delivery of whole and delivery of part. Sometimes I am delivering part, but it is considered as if it is delivery of whole. Now, X delivered goods to Y. अभी देखो seller का काम है to keep the goods ready for possession. Okay? It is duty of the seller to keep the goods ready for possession. तो इसने 100 units का order लिया था, इसने 100 units ready रखे. Buyer should apply for delivery. Buyer should get the goods, get the delivery of goods. Buyer आया, he took 60 units. Delivery of 60 बोलेगा मैं मेरे लिए तो it is as if delivery of the whole. So you have to see what is intention. Is it delivery of whole or is it delivery of part on part? Sometimes they may agree to deliver in installment. Only in that case it is delivery by installment. Buyer has to apply for delivery. Seller का काम नहीं है. Seller will only keep the goods ready. Buyer has to request, अरे मैं goods लेने आ जाऊं, are they ready? Buyer has to arrange for delivery. Place, if the place is specified, the goods will be delivered at that place only. And if the place is not specified, it will be at some reasonable place. What is reasonable? It is not defined in law. It depends on the facts and circumstances of the case. Time of delivery. If the delivery time is specified, then it will be at that time only. And if it is not specified, then it should be at some reasonable time. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए that the buyer comes at 12 o'clock and says, I want my goods. It should be at some reasonable time. Goods are in possession of the third party and he gives acknowledgement. What kind of delivery are they talking about? Yes, tell me guys. Goods are in possession of the third party. We give acknowledgement. What kind of delivery are they talking about? Yes, they are talking about constructive delivery. Delivery need not always mean physical or actual delivery. Yes, it is constructive delivery. And what is the answer for the next question? If there is document of title or example, keys or document of title. Title means ownership. Then what kind of delivery is it? It is symbolic delivery. Yes, it is symbolic delivery. Correct, guys. It is symbolic delivery in that case. Answer this question. Answer this question. The expenses of putting the goods in deliverable state shall be borne by, what should I write over here? Absolutely right, guys. I'm super impressed by your performance. बहुत अच्छा लिख रहे हो guys. बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो. Expenses of putting the goods in deliverable state is to be borne by. क्या लिखेंगे हम? Yes. Superb. Yes. Very good. Krishna, you were the first one to answer. It is to be borne by the seller. It will be borne. Superb, guys. बहुत अच्छा. Neeraj, Arfan, Ankita, Sai. Guys, I must really appreciate you because you guys are sitting for 2 hours, also participating so well. And it's not easy. 2 घंटे बैठना concentration से, हमको तो आदत है इतना सिखाने की, but you guys have consistently every day, it's the 4th day today and you are consistently sitting for 2 hours. Very good. I'm very impressed and I feel कि आप जितनी मेहनत कर रहे हो ना, you will see the effect of this in your exam. Mark my words. There is no substitute for hard work and that is what you are doing. You should be proud of your efforts and ये consistently maintain करना है till your exams. Okay? Delivery. अरे short delivery कर दी मैंने. short delivery 100 units का मेरा order था. 100 units का order था. short delivery दे दी. The buyer has 2 options. Either reject or he can accept. And then the seller later on will give the balance. ये मतलब नहीं है कि accept कर लिया तो बाकी का भूल जाओ. Excess delivery, instead of 100, he gave me 120. Buyer has 3 options. He can reject the whole. He can accept the whole. Or he can accept the contracted quantity and he can reject the rest. Mixed delivery, white cloth and cream color cloth, off-white cloth mix कर दिया. So buyer has 2 options, either reject the whole or accept what is contracted. Even if he rejects, the contract is valid. That doesn't mean अगर पूरा का पूरा reject भी कर दिया, even then the contract remains valid. Okay, even then the contract is valid. Even if he rejects the entire quantity, he will have to buy, seller will have to bring the contracted quantity later. You can also use a better word. Contract is subsisting. Subsisting means existing. Installment delivery will be possible only if agreed between the parties. Delivery to carrier is very similar to delivery to buyer because buyer arranges for delivery. Deterioration in transit, if it is normal loss, something which is incidental, this is the key word, incidental to the course of transit. If it is incidental to the course of transit, then this loss will be borne by, who will tell me? This is the last question of today. Last question for today. In case of normal loss, in case of loss which is incidental to the course of transit, who will bear that loss? Seller or buyer? Seller or buyer? Correct. That will be borne by the buyer because we knew na about it. Not seller Neeraj, buyer. Buyer will bear because he knew about it. Incidental मतलब हमें पता है वो loss होने वाला है. We know about that loss. It is a normal loss. It will be borne by the seller. Who will bear the abnormal loss? It will be borne by the owner. Can be buyer or seller. We don't know. It will be borne by either buyer or seller. We don't know. So students, this is delivery. Tomorrow we will try to complete, but if we are not, I don't think we'll be able to complete tomorrow. We'll have to meet again on Monday, but I don't think we will regret that. I would love to complete the portion with you. And थोड़ा extra हो गया तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Teaching में ये सब नहीं देखते हम. So learning is most important. And I think after these sessions, you will really feel confident. You will really find law to be your favorite subject. And ऐसे ही consistently पढ़ो, अच्छे से पढ़ो, parents के लिए पढ़ो. Always have them in mind. Do it for your parents. Okay guys, so I'll just wind up today and I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. and we'll cover Sale of Goods Act as well as Partnership Act. All right, guys. So on this note, I would like to wish all of you a very happy and a satisfactory night. बहुत अच्छे से सोना, क्योंकि आज आपने बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई की है, सुबह से पढ़ ही रहे होगे. यू हैव अटेंडेड, लाइक नीरज ने बोला मैथ्स क्लास किया, मैथ्स के बाद बिना ब्रेक के वो लॉ भी आ गया पढ़ने के लिए. सो गाइज, I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Study consistently. Consistency is the key to success. That is how you will clear this exam. And even if this is your second attempt, third attempt, don't feel कि आप में कुछ कमी है. Don't feel that I don't have talent, I can't do it. It's only that institute has not yet realized that you are capable of doing it. जब वो realize कर लेगा, आप पास हो जाओगे. और इस बार तो होना ही है, इस बार करना ही है गाइस, इस बार तो करना है गाइस. There is no second time, there is no third time for us. First attempt है, होना ही है. Second attempt इस बार तो करना ही है, कुछ भी हो जाए. Okay? चलो गाइस, बाय बाय. Yes, Krishna, I have already done a video. I'll share that with you. Let me find it. It's there on my channel. I don't remember where it is. But I have done a video on when can condition be treated as warranty. Okay? So I'll share that with you. Just put me a hi on WhatsApp. No? WhatsApp पे मेरे को remind करा दो. Yes, if you're not consistent, you can still do it now. You can still start now. ठीक है guys, चलो bye bye, good night. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Okay? चलो bye. Bye.